everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Okay, I found out something very interesting about our community this week. It was that if we did a survey and asked people if they were retired, and 75% said they were retired. And I was actually shocked because I'm not retired and I don't probably never will be, but it was just amazing. I thought 50%, maybe 55, but 75% of you say that you are retired. And I thought, well, that's interesting. This is a different conversation because instead of talking about working and things that you might be challenged by, the clothes that you might want to update and whatever, it's not like that anymore. You are in the world of retirement, which is a different world, and it's terrifying in some ways, I'm sure, an exciting transition for others. But I'd love to get some more feedback on you, like the kinds of articles that you'd like us to talk about, topics you'd like us to share with you, because I think that it's a different world and it's not one that I'm experiencing. So, well, I guess in the sense I'm working for myself really, and I'm doing things that are, that I want to do. So I don't work like 9 to 5, and I don't work in a traditional job. So I think I understand that respect. You've got things that you can do and new areas you need to improve on. Like, for example, making friends. It's different when you're retired because you're you can hang out with other retirees, but you're not in the workplace where that's a natural, organic kind of situation. So I've got some thoughts about this and maybe some ways to prepare, for the terrifying, scary a world of retirement, and maybe you can help me with some of your thoughts as well. So the first thing is to give yourself time to land safely. When you close the door to the office and give them the keys and you're gone, the door key or whatever, you're on your own, but land gently. Take a vacation, maybe. Do something that's going to give you a chance to just really absorb what's going on and not panic. You don't have to do everything straight away, and you don't have to jump immediately into new commitments and obligations like, oh, I'm retired, I can now do this and this. Well, it's great if you've got it all thought through and that's exactly what you want to do, but it's maybe better to just wait and go a little easy, have a bit of breathing room, a bit of thinking, a bit of planning before you jump into things. So acknowledge the emotional adjustment. It's not just the physical reality of being, retired. It's actually the emotional side of, not being in a marathon anymore. I remember when I was working, people would say, how are you doing? I said, oh, I'm crazy busy or really busy, as if that was kind of like a marker of achievement, that like somehow that was the thing I needed to be is busy. So I needed to sort of recalibrate and sort of get into a different mood when I started my own business. But it's really normal to feel disorientated, I guess is what I'm saying. And so take it easy in those first few years. People can chime in here, by the way. Give me your comments. How is it if you've just retired? Are you enjoying it? Are you feeling like you're missing something that you need to replace? And what kind of is your idea, your goal? By the way, this top is new and I'm kind of freaking out with it. It's really, I like the leopard or whatever this cheetah is, but it's got a hood on it, but I kind of just tuck it in. But yeah, I do like it. I'm kind of used to it. It's got like a gray, you can see a gray band underneath, and then it's white on the bottom. It's really cute. It's a really cute top. Anywho, I'm digressing. See, this is the thing. Fashion changes. The things you wear change when you get older, when you get into retirement. So you got to define what is your day. What fulfills you. It's not about feeling busy or active or achieving things. You're actually now not aiming to achieve things. You're aiming to relax a little bit and try new things. And so those new things may not be there right away. You might need to sit down and think, what is going to fulfill my day? So from activity to a slow pace isn't normally the best way to go. You've got to find some on-ramp. I guess it's an on-ramp to retirement. A lot of people, by the way, found it valuable to retire before they retired, like do a dry run. And then, I think I had an article, one of our bloggers, about this idea. I think it's kind of a good one, because when you are then no longer at the mercy of the alarm clock, and you can actually, do your things that you want in the time that you want, it's very, very disconcerting. So reinvest in personal relationships. Go back to LinkedIn, even go back to some of the places where your friends were. Who else is retired and who else is doing the same thing as you? You might find there's some really cool people that you worked with in another job or in the past that are also retired now, and you can get together. That is so important when you're not in that workplace or in the child issues if you have children, like getting used to the relationships with parents and other teachers and teachers. It's actually finding who your special relationships are and then investing in them, grow with them. Meaningful friendships, especially with other women, is so super important when when you're in that transition to retirement, and when you're in it, you've got to just work on it. It doesn't happen like magically. You have to work on relationships. True? False? But the next thing is actually to start, share your experiences with other retirees. In my community, I don't have a group of other retirees, but I have expat women that are, that were used to work in the corporate world maybe, and are now in Switzerland, and we're expats together. But keep those relationships with people that worked with you. I mean, if they've retired too, or people that were retired before, keep in touch with them. Why not? I mean, maybe you're free to start a whole bunch of new relationships. But I find talking with other people, sharing your life experience, like as a retiree or as an expat, is really super valuable. Join clubs or groups. I mean, there's lots of groups around that continue after the workplace that you can join and be part of. Listen to your inner voice before committing. It's so easy, I think, to sort of live with the definition of what you were, who you were in that role, and to not listen to your own voice. I mean, maybe for 5 or 10 years before retirement, you've been whispering to yourself, I really want to go to Italy. I'd really like to visit Portugal. Or maybe, just in your own, if you're in the States, in another state, I really want to go down to Santa Fe. Or I really want to write a book. Or maybe I want to pet sit, or maybe I want to, all these thoughts that have been in your ear, whispering to you for years as you've been, thinking about retirement, and just saying, oh, well, when I retire, I'll, and it is a classic bucket list, isn't it? But don't feel pressure from anyone else to fill their time to make if they're not someone you want to spend time with, or a situation you don't want to be in, then just listen to your voice and before you commit to anything. I think a lot of people jump into, I can now be the chairwoman of this, or I can do that, because you haven't quite let go of the voice that you want to succeed, which I think is really, really an interesting one. Basically avoid unnecessary regrets. I made a note of that. Just, make sure that you just don't set yourself up for something, I wish I hadn't done that. You can rediscover creative outlets. I mean, there's always things to do that you always wanted to do, the quilt, the knitting, the volunteering, whatever it was. There's so many creative outlets, but don't try them and then give up because you failed. Just think, that wasn't exactly what I thought it would be, and go on to the next. Don't feel the need to settle in something that you're not happy with. And I guess for me, it's like finding joy in the simple things, just finding, not being defined by your workplace or even the people in the workplace. Is just, being at peace with yourself. I'm going to close with a story. This story changed my life. Seriously, absolutely changed my life. And it was when I got divorced. That was many years ago. And I met with my friend Ray. Ray was somebody I'd done some work with. Like, he was a person that I had a business relationship with, and so we knew each other. And he was very, very frank with me. And he said, "Margaret, stop crying. Stop crying. You now have the biggest opportunity in your world." And I can remember exactly where we were sitting in the cafe as he was talking to me. And he said, "You have the biggest opportunity in your world right now. You are the producer of your Broadway show. You are the producer, you're the director, you're the lead actress. You are the person that's going to make this thing happen. You now get to choose the people in the audience. You get to choose the people that are working with you and assisting you and supporting you. You get to choose the people that want to come in, and you're not going to let them because you've locked the door. You just have your audience, and you have the life to live and to unfold and to create and to manifest. And you are going to manifest that life. And no one else is going to be in charge of it. Your director, producer, whatever, you're funding it, everything. It's your show. So it's your show when you retire. You get to do what you want to do. You don't need to fill any gaps or please anybody else. And you don't let anyone in that you don't want to come into your show. They're outside knocking on the door, but you're not letting them in, okay? And you know who those people are. So I think it's a useful story, and I always thank Ray. I saw him in Barcelona, actually. I went down when I was on a cruise. And then we just popped out to have lunch. Very funny story. But anyway, I saw Ray and we talked about that story, and it made such a difference to me. And I thanked him a million times. But I hope it helps you. If you're in retirement, it's scary, it's terrifying sometimes, it's very unsettling, but you're going to be fine if you look at it that way. You are in charge now of your show, of your life. Take care, everyone. Have a fabulous day, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. And let me know your story about retirement. How did you adjust? Are you adjusting? How's it going? And how did it go if you're well on your way? Take care, everybody. We'll talk again soon. Lots and lots of love. Bye-bye for now.